Welcome to This Guy, That Guy podcast, a podcast about life, family, friendship, and some sports talk. Gather your friends and family and listen along.
Ken, what's up?
What's going on, man?
Oh, just rocking the new hat.
Just rocking
Don't
the new
worry
hats.
about it.
Did
Don't
you put
worry
all over
about it.
social media?
Don't worry about it. Yep, just in case people didn't get enough of it.
Jeez. Did you hear?
Yeah.
Did you hear the news about?
Of course, I heard the sad news. Are we jumping right into that right now? Do I need to get the tissues out?
What, that Oregon players leaving Oregon to go to Arizona?
Oh no, not that news.
Oh, you didn't hear that, did you?
No.
Yeah,
Sorry,
the sixth man player of the year for Oregon, or for Pac-12, is heading to Oregon. Or to head to Arizona.
Really?
I guess she went to high school here, so she's transferring to U of Arizona.
Oh, you said she? Are you talking about women?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, went to the national championship game, lost by 1 point. Hey, not gonna knock it.
At least they went.
It was tough. It was tough to watch. Not gonna lie. Sorry. Don't want to let you know. But women's basketball is hard to watch. It's hard to watch.
It's the Pac-12 win. Pac-12 represented, so
That's true.
it's something we normally do. So,
Yeah. But
well, welcome to the show. Welcome to This Guy, That Guy podcast, episode 320. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
But welcome to this episode. We got a
This
good one
episode.
for you.
I'm drinking the vitamin water today.
Get the vitamin water going.
Yeah.
I didn't even prepare.
Sugar free.
I get nothing to drink.
This is the stuff that I've craved ever since I was in the hospital. Like Crystal bought me she'd buy me 6 packs and I'd go through them in 2 days because it was like the only thing that quenched my thirst. And
Nice.
That's good.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't prepare. I like water, nothing. I've been sitting here just lollygagging, dilly-dallying.
So when your voice starts to crack, we'll know what it is.
Or no. I do have some lens cleaner. I don't know if that'll help.
Maybe with a hat wearing might clean it.
Oh my goodness. That's rude.
Woo!
Ooh, shots fired. Shots fired.
Already, I know.
So what's been going on in Nick's world?
Just being busy, selling houses, buying hats,
All right.
setting up my home gym, all that good stuff.
This is all set up, ready to go from some iron now, or what?
Yeah, I did today. I finally got today. Kendra, what's up, Kendra?
So speaking of Kendra, before we move on,
David,
what's up, David? She did come steal that cup from I showed you last.
I'm sure she did.
She did.
Sounds about
She
right.
stole my cup from her father. That's just rude. Oh, she left it. Never mind. She left the cup. She had it in her arms. So she stayed.
I wanted
Never mind.
to say something so bad right now, but I won't say because I'll get in trouble.
No, because she forgot the cup. So it's still mine.
Okay, cool.
Why am I not using it? I don't know. Because I didn't know it was here.
She probably thought she took it, and she's asking, "Where'd the cup go?" She's looking at her for it. Where is it at?
Jesse just held
I
up.
knew I brought it home.
She forgot it.
I know I brought it home.
Yeah, well, she didn't.
Oh,
Finders keepers. Possession
Right?
sentence of the law.
right? Oh man, that's funny.
Anyway, if you're joining us live on Facebook, thank you so much for joining us. Chime in, say hello. Nick, between last episode, between the views on Facebook and the views on YouTube and the podcast on Anchor and all the major platforms, over 120 views or listens.
That's right.
I think one of our most popular topics and the most views like this. So thank you so much for everybody out there who, watched, listened, asked questions, chimed in, talked to us.
I don't know what 2 squares are.
I don't know what they are.
Talking about us? Are we
She's calling us 2 squares.
She's calling us square?
I mean, Tupac, but not 2 square. So, anyway, so thanks so much for making that a huge success last episode. So keep it up, keep it rolling. We're trying to get the iHeartRadio Awards. That's what we're striving for.
That's right.
But yes, thanks for tuning in. But so Nick's got his home gym getting set up. He's gonna start playing with some iron, turn into like Arnold. I don't know what your goal is, but get that. How was your weekend? I know you sold some houses. Or how many houses did you sell? What are you doing right now, Nick?
I'm drinking the vitamin water, man. What are you doing?
Besides the vitamin water, I mean, I know you're promoting the vitamin water.
Listen, I know I shouldn't be promoting it. We don't have a paid sponsorship yet. Um, I just know we talked about this yesterday and it or last week. Um, Goals are like been like super important to me, and they're things that I've been like on my mind all the time. And you guys, we're going to talk about something similar today, and it's kind of, I guess, turned into like a mini series. But I've been looking at my goals every day. I have affirmations that I look at every day, and it's crazy when when you know you're in the right direction and God has like got your back, you can feel it, you know that you're doing the right thing, because the things that are outside of that, like what normal people would call a 9 to 5, but my 7 to 4, is, you can just tell like the time's coming to an end. And so, and God's taking care of us, and it's been really good. But it's been busy, and I like it. And I like it. So what about you? What's going on at the Ballard household?
Man, I tell you, we had a busy weekend. Had our granddaughter over. I tell you, this girl, she likes to stay up for being 3. She's like her papa used to be. I used to stay at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Now it's like 11:30. Like, I'm fighting.
Yep,
that's right. Spirit led, David.
That's right.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, it's. I was exhausted come Sunday afternoon. Typical grandparent response. But so we had fun time with our granddaughter, went swimming and played in the sun, and then Ken or Gavin came over with the little one, and so we're all having family time at the pool, and just kind of drained from the sun, and the ladies were suntanning, and had some fun. Had some fun with family this weekend. So went to church, and then went to lunch, had a little Mexican food.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Very nice.
Good times.
This last Sunday we went to, everybody knows Preston and Alicia's house. Went over there because we didn't do anything for Easter weekend. We just kind of, I think Easter weekend everybody was spent. So we went over there and had a family barbecue and get together and stuff. So yesterday, that was nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
You know what else?
Sports.
Real quick. You know what else is really cool? Our church has been like super packed lately, and it's awesome.
There we go.
Like they had to like open up the downstairs like outside and put a screen down there because they can't.
There we go.
It's been really cool.
You guys been to go to services?
They might. I think it depends on what happens with the new building.
Oh, that's right, new building.
So the new building, there might be enough that they can only do one service. The only bad thing with one service is like Chris and I volunteer once a week in the 2 to 5-year-olds, or once a month in the 2 to 5-year-olds. So we always miss out on that service that week. So, but that's all right.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Are we gonna talk about sports now or what?
Yeah, let's do this. Let's. There's some stuff going on. I know David's gonna love this. Baseball's up and going. Dodgers had their home opener. Dodgers have been pretty good. Baseball's in full swing. What else going on? Football.
What's
What's going on, Brandon? So we got, well, I don't know if you heard the news yesterday, but Alex Rodriguez and a partner just bought the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Minnesota Lynx basketball teams.
I think it's the Lynx, right? The WNBA.
Minnesota Lynx, yeah. Just moving and shaking. Not too much in the NFL, I don't think. I haven't really, the rumor of Russell leaving. There you go. Best team, Major League Baseball, Dodgers. So I told you David would like it. David's got my back when it comes to the Dodgers. I don't need you just to prove your face, Nick. I need you just to smile and be happy.
Okay, I'll be happy. I'll give you one of those things. I'll smile. That's the one thing.
David and I still love you. You really like the Dodgers. But,
oh, man.
But yeah, not a whole lot going to the NFL right now. There's a whole Russell rumor mill leaving. He sold several people and stuff. He's not going anywhere. He's here to stay. Who knows? Seattle signed in some players and fill some holes, and getting some people around him. Antonio Brown's still kind of on the board. Maybe bring us to number 3. Tyler Lockett signed a 4-year deal. You still got DK Metcalf, the Beast, still in his rookie deal. So,
Do you think Deshaun Watson will land anywhere?
Jail? No.
I mean, you're probably not wrong.
I mean, if you believe conspiracy theories,
broke.
So something's going on there.
It's weird that they all came forward at one time. Don't you think?
Yeah. The judge said the names have to start appearing up or so it's going to get dropped.
Like they started appearing right when all that trade talk. Yeah.
And his unhappiness. Yep.
See that. I can see all that. Yeah.
So.
Well, Denver re-signed Von Miller, so he'll probably be a Bronco for life. So that'll be great. That's a great thing.
There we go.
It's a great thing for us. Yeah. There's some sad news though on the basketball front. I don't know if you heard this. Did you I don't know. It's very sad. Like I'm almost wearing this hat in mourning in a memorandum that Arizona let go of Sean Miller.
Oh, sweaty Sean, it's about time.
Listen. It's a sad day. He was with Arizona for 12 years.
He probably got caught.
He has a 301 to 102 win-loss ratio.
That's away half those wins from cheating.
No, he didn't cheat. He didn't cheat to win.
Why else do you cheat?
He flexed the Arizona muscle a little bit.
Why else do you cheat?
It didn't affect the performance of any of the players on the court. They still would have won those games.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Even the money or not, they still would have won those games.
It's
not like he injected steroids in them and they got all huge or something.
Well, that was not definitely help him play at all.
Yeah, I mean, he only had 1 year left on his contract, so
they just start running like Shaquille O'Neal, clunk, clunk, clunk.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Yeah. I can see where you're sad.
So it was a sad day.
Rest of the men's college basketball world was like, finally.
Yeah. I mean, I heard a rumor that they may have hired somebody already, but I couldn't verify that today before the podcast. I looked.
Please tell me Damon Stoudemire.
No. I don't know. What's I don't remember who it was. Somebody from who was the Baylor coach?
I don't know.
Somebody from Baylor, I thought they said. But I couldn't independently verify that information, and nothing was announced like officially, so I don't know.
I know he's mentioned as a
my vote's Steve Kerr. That's my vote.
Steve Kerr. He's gonna drop back down to college.
I mean, may as well.
Who knows?
Brandon, I don't want to hear that.
Oh, here's the thing. You allowed that comment to come through. So you're the one who approves comments. You could have edited it and said, boo.
Yeah.
Arizona's boo? No, you had to let the comment.
I do always let comments come through. Yeah.
Brandon, we'll do with you tonight. Don't worry about that. Headshot.
Well, maybe if he falls asleep now, he won't fall asleep later.
Tonight, it's yes, that's true. Good point.
Shots
Brandon, go take a nap. No. We're just a new feature. Let's get more sports talk, Nick. There's really not much right now.
That's really it right now. A couple months, there'll be a lot more going on.
That's right. So we're gonna start a new feature here on This Guy That Guy podcast. So this feature is kind of let you know. Nick goes to a church in Tucson. He's going to tell you about that here in a minute. I go to church here in Phoenix, and they support us spiritually. And when we're there, they're always there for us when we need them. So we're just going to plug some events that are church. So if you're in the Tucson area, in the Phoenix area, check it out. I don't know, Nick, if you want me to go first, or if you want to go first, it doesn't matter to me.
Go for it.
All righty. So what we got coming up at our church is our women's conference coming up. It's called Fight Like a Girl, and it is April 29th and April. Hold on, I'll give my numbers, my information up here. All right, so it's Fight Like a Girl. It is going to be Friday, April 30th, and Saturday, May 1st. And you can go to Dream City church.us, register. Again, this is the women's conference going on at our church. If you've been listening to our podcast and you've been listening to us for any amount of time, we talk about faith, we talk about family, we talk about overcoming and careers and dreams and and stuff like that. So send your ladies, send your daughters, send your wives, grandmothers to this conference. Fight Like a Girl. I think it costs $50 for both days, and you can either watch online or in person. So dreamcitychurch.us, Fight Like a Girl Women's Conference.
That's
You definitely want to go to the website, look at the intro, the promo video. Makes you want to get up and start boxing, man. Don't mess with those women on there to kick some butt. So
Dream City is great at promo videos. I got to tell you.
Dream City Church, yeah.
I mean, they're a great church. We went to both campuses. When we lived up there, we ended up going to the Glendale campus, which is awesome. So
yep.
Yeah. Cool. So many of you guys don't know, I go to a church here called Life Point Church, Arizona, or AZ Life Point for short. Great church. Preston is the minister of students or student ministry director. I don't know, his title might change. I help out there. They've been a great support of like our family. When Crystal's dad died, when I was in the hospital and recovering, like they're huge with the care part of church, and it's rare to see that nowadays. And so I can't say enough good things about the church. We don't have like big events coming up like that. We do have we have summer camp for the youth coming up. I think it's full right now, but that's June 11th or 6th to the 11th, which is cool. We're going to California, Forest Grove in California, which will be awesome. But next week, this upcoming Sunday, the series we're talking about is called Go and Make Disciples. And so they're doing a lunch for people that have just started coming to the church, or new people, or people that haven't been plugged into a small group yet, or just kind of want to know. So it's a lunch we're doing this Sunday. So if you guys are in Tucson and want to attend, just hit me up and let me know. I'll get you guys on the list because I have connections. But yeah,
man with connections. Now, also, Nick, your lovely wife has been asked to be on a podcast. Is that correct?
Yeah. This is awesome. She's super nervous about it, but she's excited in the same way. One of her friends has a podcast. It's called Dark and Enlightened. They just talk about lots of different issues, and so she is going to be interviewed on that. They're recording it tomorrow. I'm not sure when it'll come out, but we'll definitely keep everybody updated when it does. They're going to talk about family loss, how wives and moms deal with that, PTSD issues. There's just a lot of awesome topics that they're going to talk about that are real, just kind of like how we do. They're real, and I definitely think that it'll be worth checking out. So I'm excited for her. Yeah, absolutely.
We'll be watching for our social media. Those of you that follow us on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, watch us on there. We'll release the date that's going to be released. So watch for Crystal's story. Listen for that on Dark and Enlightened.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Anything else you got, Nick, before we start into?
I don't. I mean, we kind of talked about everything already. You got anything else?
I think that's it. I think we should let the conversation begin.
Let's do it.
All right, Nick. So we're talking about, like sometimes we just fall into a mini series. I love what David said earlier. It's spirit led, right? We start something, we kind of see where it goes. We talked about goals, right? Last week was 10 goals in 10 years, and great conversations around that, great thought process behind that. And it's kind of cool because Nick goes, "Hey, I got another idea." I was reading through the articles and come across this article, and this is right up Nick's wheelhouse. This is what he likes to do, and so he presented this idea, or this article, and it's called 7 Ways to Help Your Kids Set Goals. We're talking about the children now, right? We talk about us, and we can't forget that about little junior and little princesses, right?
Yeah.
Maybe even adult children. Maybe it's something that they haven't started yet or didn't think about starting. You can always start anew. That's one thing we always said on our podcast is you can always start now.
Yeah.
Right? You can always. It doesn't matter what has happened in the past. It doesn't matter, hurts and all that kind of stuff, as you start over, God can wipe things new and make them brand new and clean again. You can start today. You can start tomorrow.
Yeah.
Not tomorrow. Start today, right?
Yeah.
But 7 ways to help your kids set goals. And I think for me, I always take, sales classes, always been these motivational, conferences, like, goals, write it down, put it on the mirror, tattoo your hand, right? And I was like, that's great. That's great. But I never really thought spreading that information, spreading that out, to others, right? It's kind of a process. So this came across one day. This is exactly what Nick said. Nick has been into this. God's been kind of leading in this direction and put on. So Nick has always, talked about goals, and we work together. So I know he sets goals, professionally, and he's a goal-oriented person, and I think it's very important. And so Nick, I'll let you start this off.
Sure. Yeah. So like Ken says, article is great. One of the things that I've been struggling with ever since I got out of the hospital is having that future vision, the looking 5 years, 10 years down the line. It's just been really difficult for me. And Ken, you probably know, you've known me for a long time. I've always been that type of a person to, like, for lack of a better word, dream big. Like, that's just who I am. And so it's really kind of been a change in me that I haven't been. And so I know that, and being able to recognize that, I have to go back to the beginning, and I really have to force myself now to be that dreamer where I was before. I felt like something was missing for months because I didn't have that thought process. And so these are just like ways, like things that I've been able to do, and like on a daily basis, trying to like just look at my dreams and goals, and have those affirmations, because I need to be able to get back to where I was before.
Right.
Yeah.
And the thing is too, as we're sitting discussing this, Nick's dreams and goals, Crystal's dreams and goals are not the same as Connor's and Chelsea's dreams and goals, right?
Right.
They're different for everybody. So you can't say, well, this is my dream. It's like Kenny started playing football, right?
Yeah.
And I told Daisy, I said, I got to watch myself, because, you want to live vicariously through your kids as they do things, it's like, but football's always been my passion, play the sport, once I played wrestling, I had to dive myself into that because I didn't understand wrestling. I didn't like it. It wasn't for me. My brother did it, nephews did it. But football, so I can't say, hey, this is your goal, Kenny. I can't tell him this is what his goal is going to be. I can't tell him what his desires got to be, right?
Right.
So we got to understand that we can't push our goals and dreams. Our vision is not their vision. It's not their goals. It's not their dreams. And so I think this kind of goes through the process of getting them established and helping them to set those goals.
Right. And guiding them along the way when they're, it's kind of keeping them.
And adult children, because if this is something new for them, I'll just, because I know David's on here listening, I know he's got older kids. This is an example. His older kids didn't do this, right? And huge stuff to teach them, right? As time goes on, to guide them, right, in the vision, dreams, and goals. But I'm just using that as an example. I don't know anything, but like our kids are younger, but
so one of the kind of this article starts out, I'm just gonna kind of highlight, and then we'll get into these steps. But I heard this a long time ago and I forgot about it, but it's kind of interesting to understand. So there was a study of Harvard MBA grads, revealed that 3% of grads made 10 times as much as the other 97% of those grads combined. So they asked why, like how is this possible, right? These graduates all they all went to the same school, they all have MBAs. Why are the 3% making more than the other 97% combined? Mm-hmm. So there was one clear difference. The 3% had written goals, and they had plans to accomplish them. And I think you can we can think about that and kind of these dreams and goals, we can put them as a pie in the sky type of thing. Somebody also said to me one time, when you write down your dream and make a plan, it's now a goal. So no matter how big it is, it's now a goal. Right. And it's just a fascinating thing and something that I'm really diving into again because I need to get back to that mindset. So
Well, it's like David said a few seconds ago. I don't know if you saw the thing
Yeah.
pop up. Without a vision, people perish.
yeah,
Right. And that's so true. And that's one of those things that, um, in order to get that vision, you got to get the thought comes to the mind, right?
yeah,
This is what I want to do. Then you got to get into your heart,
yeah,
right? Heart and mind, when those two things start connecting up, like you said, start kind of writing it down, right?
Yeah.
That the vision people perish.
Yeah.
And that study right there at Harvard, shows 3% succeeded, the 97 did not.
yep.
You know,
And on my goal board, so I have my goal board in front of my computer. It's Habakkuk 2:2. I may have said this before, but I have it it's paraphrased. It says, "Write the vision and engrave it, so he who reads it will run to it." And that's just such a good, it's such a good thing for me to be able to read that every day. That we need. Write the vision. That doesn't say read the vision, or it doesn't say think about the vision.
right?
It says write it. So
Mhm.
it's just such a great, yeah. So, all right. Well, you ready to jump into this, Ken? Because these are some good. So these are goals to kind of help our kids, right? Help our kids, lead them in the way they should go, and help them start to set goals for themselves.
Go for it.
All right. So number one, you want to ask them what the biggest thing they want to, or you want to ask them what the biggest thing they accomplished this past year was, and discuss it. So
Mhm.
I think we talked about that last time, was that we have to figure out where we're at now. And it's the same thing with our kids. We have to figure out where they're at now.
Yeah.
And have that base point. Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing too, when we're talking about this too, is sometimes as adults who, the kid will tell us what their biggest thing last year was. It might not be something we're thinking, well, that's not very spiritual. That's not very. Maybe it's something they accomplished in a video game, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's something they accomplished at school. Maybe it's a fear they got over, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's I finally got 4 viewers on my Twitch stream, or whatever your kid's
Right.
goal is, and they wanted 2. It's our job to nourish that and to develop that. And you see,
Yep.
great, here's this one. Let's move on to the next one, right? So
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
love it. Says ask them what the biggest thing that they accomplished.
Yes.
Not you, but you
Not
accomplished.
what we think they
Right.
accomplished, but what
Right.
they think they accomplished.
Right.
That was the
I
biggest
want you to eat your vegetables 5 days a week, and you only eat it 4.
Yeah.
That's not, that's not to us what it is to them. So,
Yeah.
that's a good one. I like that.
That is good.
Number 2 is have your kids write down the different roles they have in life. Are they a son? Are they a daughter? Are they a sibling, student, friend, athlete, musician? Whatever it is they do in life, right? Write that down and have them write a goal for each one, right? As a
Yeah.
son, I want to accomplish this. As a daughter, I want to accomplish this. As an athlete, as a friend, right? And same for us, right? We're as a husband, a friend, for me, grandfather, for where the roles are, write it down as a goal. What do you want to accomplish each one of those roles? I think it's really pertinent because it makes them expand their thought process, right? It's not just so tunnel vision, so narrow focus. Is okay, I want to open it up.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I have more than one role in life.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's maybe you're a youth leader at church. Write that role down, right? Maybe it's I don't know, whatever roles you have in life. Maybe it is a streamer. Maybe you are streaming out there and you have a goal. I know Kenny right now is really big, and he's got a lot of contacts now through TikTok, where they do these Bible studies through Zoom, through Christian TikTokers, young kids, and they have a chat. And so he's just kind of opened up his horizons, and he's got a goal he wants to set for his streams, and to be this positive influencer for kids and rock it. That's awesome. So
yeah, that's awesome. So 3 is Ken kind of mentioned this. Write down one goal for each of them. They listed, but we want to make sure they're SMART goals. A lot of people might not know SMART is specific, measurable, attainable, it's realistic, and it's time specific. I think a lot of people miss the time specific thing. I think some people set unrealistic goals, but I think they set them in the wrong manner.
Mhm.
So I think that they set unrealistic goals and they sell themselves short. So like if you have a goal of I'll just use me. If I have a goal of of selling 5 houses a month. That's my goal. But I'm like, yeah, I probably can't do that. So I'm going to set my goal at 2 so that I can obtain it. No, set your goal at 5. Because if you set your goal at 2 and you only do 2, yes, you've hit your goal, but you've not hit your potential. If you set your goal at 5 and you sell 3, then you sold more than what you thought you could. That's just me. Mm-hmm. So just make sure you're using the smart kind of goals. So specific, measurable, obtainable, realistic, and time specific.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Number 4 is have them put their goals on a large poster board. Nick has it on, above his computer. Give them the opportunity to be creative, make it into craft, print letters, put out letters, or have them get artistic, write their goals with colorful markers, whatever it is they got to do, right? We're talking about little kids here. Obviously, if you have adult children who are starting this, they're probably put on their iPhone with reminders, right?
Yeah.
Hey, here's my goal, But especially for kids, have them create it. Don't let them create it. If it's all scribbles and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, right? It's their goals, it's their idea, it's what they want to do. And let them have fun with it. Let them have fun with that. If they want to put LED, I know Nick showed me before the podcast started, there's some LED lights. If they want to put LED lights around it and have a flash and pop and flash every time they walk through, let them, right?
Yeah.
It gets them excited, right?
Yeah.
And so have them be creative with it. Have them be, their full thought process behind it.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, I think it's important if you are going to, put like your goals in like an electronic device, make it your screensaver or your home screen. Because I think if we just put it like in a notepad, we'll forget about it. Mm-hmm. I think if you make it your home screen, you'll be able to see that on a regular basis. There's really no excuse. Like I just think, like, for me, if I were just to have it on a notepad in my notes, I would forget to go look at it. Whereas, like, that's why I chose, like, that's why I have a whiteboard. But if you want to use electronics, make it your home screen or that's easy. And if for kids, let them be creative. Or if you have adult kids that still want to be creative, let them make a don't say that because they're older doesn't mean they can't have a poster board with lots of colors on it. Maybe that's what they're into. Maybe they want to be an artist. Maybe that's one of their goals. So, Yeah, absolutely. So number 5 is have them add pictures from magazines that represent each goal. When they're done, they'll have their own goal board in place in an area they will see. When they're done, just put them in a place they'll see daily. I think we kind of talked about that already. Just make it personal to them. It doesn't have to be what you think that should look like. Just have them do it. I think that's great. That's one thing that I am missing on my goal boards is the pictures. That's one thing I am missing is pictures of what I want. So
yeah.
David says vision board. It's great. I love it.
Vision board, nice. Yeah, that's one thing that. Because kid's got a lot of stuff in his head right now. His goal, one of the goals he has is he wants to get a job and buy a Corvette. I think he said 2013, 14. I don't know why, but that's what he wants. But I think number 6 is good because we want to help them set mini milestones and rewards that will help them take steps throughout the year to achieve these goals, right? So if Nick's goal is to sell 25 houses this year, right? He's going to set milestones up along the way. Okay, here's 5, here's 10, here's right. Because if you don't have those milestones, that's a long way to that goal. I mean, depending on what the goal is to a kid, that's a long way.
Yeah.
And so setting those mini milestones to say, okay, if you want to, let's get spiritual. If you want to memorize 15 Bible verses, right? There's your goal. Let's start with 3. Boom, nailed it. Right. Mm-hmm. Let's go 6, nailed it, right? It's for kids like, okay, I see the progression. I see what's going on here, right? Set those mini milestones or rewards, right?
Yeah.
And if you can get to 10, scriptures out of the 15, let's go get ice cream, right? Yeah. Or a video game or whatever it is that they're wanting, set those rewards, set those milestones so the kids can sit there and go, okay. Because again, you want to make it attainable, but not so easy. It's like, yeah, you got 1. Yeah. The goal's 30, right?
Right.
So you want to make that fun, interactive, and give them hope. Because as adults, we know we've had goals that didn't come true. We've had, stuff that we put in our vision board that may have not happened. And what the reason was, we don't know. But as a kid, you want to start setting them up for success.
Yeah, exactly. And to your point, I think even as adults, we should be setting those goals quicker, right? So,
Mhm.
if we have a 1 year goal, we need to, okay, so now we have a goal that's time specific. So now we can work backwards from there and say, okay, well, what do I need to do? What does my 6 month mark look like? And what does my 90-day mark look like? What does my 30-day mark look like? What does my 1 week mark look like?
Mhm.
What does my daily mark look like? What do I have to do on a daily basis to get to that 30? So I think it's a good example for us too, by helping our kids do these things. That kind of helps us set our daily goals. And feel free to reward yourself. Or if you don't want to reward yourself for hitting a goal, you can reward me for you hitting your goal. I'll take it. Number 7.
Cats, by the way.
What?
We take cats, by the way.
Yeah, I think big cash, gift cards. And then number 7, congratulate them, encourage them, and support them throughout the year for working towards their goal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's huge. I mean, celebrate every milestone, every goal with your kids, regardless if they're 6, 7, 17, right? It's one of those things that it depends on how hard they had to work, right? What they put into the thought process, depending on what it is, the blood, sweat, the tears into it, the sacrificing to get the goal. We're sacrificing time, money, energy, right? To them, it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
To us, it's a lot, right? Because our goals are obviously different than our children's,
right?
And so we go set that goal, and we hit this like, I'm exhausted. Okay, next one, right? But now that goal's done. We got to do something else. You constantly got to keep doing that, right?
Yep.
I love the quote that was up here. It says, "If you've never taught your kids about goal setting, begin immediately."
Mm-hmm.
Right? And because I said that before, if they're adult children and you're just catching on to saying like, "Oh, this is a great concept," which I don't think this is the first time anybody's really heard about goal setting. If it is, welcome to Earth. But it's writing it down. It's teaching them immediately. Hey, let's start out. Right? I'm gonna encourage you. I'm gonna help you. But yeah, it's a great great thing. I love what it says here at the end is, how can you best support your kids throughout the year to help them achieve their goals, right? So as a grandparent, how can we get that, right? Because we have to tell Emma, if you eat your hamburger, then you can have your dessert, right? It's a goal, right? Half the hamburger, Scott. Nice job. High five. Let's get the other half, right?
Yeah.
It's celebrating that stuff. It's encouraging them, throughout her meal to get her to eat.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're not successful. That's okay, because squirrel runs by. I get it.
Yeah.
But we're getting that started, right?
all of a sudden, it doesn't taste good.
Right.
I don't like it. It doesn't taste good.
I don't like it. What do you mean you don't like it? You just ate 80% of it.
Yeah, we will. I'll get them up there.
Awesome. Yeah, David says post these guidelines on Facebook so people can copy them. Absolutely, we'll do that.
Yeah. Sure. I'll put a link to the article too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, so get behind your kids, really push them, and I think this article doesn't talk about it, but at the same time, we got to be there for our kids when they don't hit that goal, right? Because sometimes they're not gonna do that, and still encourage them, support them, love on them, and sometimes you got to start fresh, or maybe you got to move it out, but kind of keeping that still in front of them, but encouraging them to keep going, Right. And I think that's huge too, because in life, things don't always work out as planned, and how we handle that, discouragement, or maybe we missed that goal. Maybe it was a little bit lofty, maybe I shouldn't have fed Emma the Big Mac, expect her to finish the whole thing at 3 years old, whatever the case may be, right? Is being there to support them, whatever the goal is.
That's a good thing from Kendra.
Encourage them. I think the one that's so important, not only does it tell them that you support them and are here for them, but it also reminds them of their goal, especially when they aren't getting as far as they want to at the pace they thought they would. Yeah, absolutely. That's from Kendra. She's a smart cookie.
She's pretty smart.
Tastes like her mother.
No. I didn't say it. No, I did not say that.
I did. I play a lot of football, so it definitely took after.
Nice.
But yeah, encourage them, right? Encourage them along the way through the process, the steps. Like I said, it's hard not to invest so much where you kind of make it your thing. It's not your thing.
Right.
It's their thing, you know.
Right. Yeah. So people, I just put the link to the article in the comments. So there you go.
There you go.
It's from All Pro Dad, by the way. If you guys don't know, I look at their articles a lot. It's just there's so much good stuff on there. As you guys probably know, if you've been listening to us for a while, Tony Dungy's we're big fans of his. So yeah, yep, absolutely. So anything else?
Ask you first.
I mean, I think it's I definitely think that it's for me, being able to help my kids set these goals will be a reminder for me to set my own.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I have to hold myself accountable. If I'm helping them set goals, I have to have goals of my own, or it just doesn't. I'm a hypocrite, right? Like that's how I would feel. So,
not as I do.
Yeah, exactly. not in that case,
right?
Right. So, I don't know. I think it was a really good article. As you guys can't tell, this thing's been really on my mind lately, and so I think it's a good thing to talk about.
Next week is 3 goals for your dog. We're going to go talk about that next time.
Okay. Sit down, stay, and roll over.
Stop peeing and pooping in the house.
Yeah, exactly. Goal number 1: go outside. Yeah.
No, it's every once in a while, like we went on had a mini series about relationships and faith and healing, and it was so. Now we look back on some of the topics we had leading up to your life changing event, Nick.
Yeah,
it's one of those things that regardless, David said it best: spirit led, right? That I know Nick, craved some of the scriptures and all the scriptures that we went through, and the faith and the healing, and for what? The scripture in Proverbs says, for such a time as this, right? You were created for such a time as this, but taking that last half of it, for such a time as this, we have that. It's what we always tell our kids is putting the stuff in you, because you don't know when you're going to need it. You don't know when you're going to recollect it. You need to recall it.
Exactly.
So stuff like this, and we have the marriage thing, and people after that kind of come to Nick and I ask about relationships, and how do we do this, and how did you get through that? And, some people ask questions, just because we've been going on 20 years of marriage, and it's like 25 years of marriage is like, oh my goodness, all the advice and people are asking, for such a time as this we were created for, and goals, goals is Nick's passion. It's what he loves, and like I said, he lost a little bit. Now he's got to get that back, right? We got to kind of, he's going to do that through his kids. Because it's what I do for them, I got to do it for me. Got to update the board. Got to do this. Get in the Word, and maybe it's read the Bible more. Maybe it's pray more or whatever, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's all. I think we always could pray more. I think we always we can always get in the Bible more. I think that's always it's always a good thing.
Exactly.
And so, goal setting, I think, is huge. I definitely think that people don't. I think people underestimate the power of it. And the next step is once you set your goals, you have to take those first steps to achieve them. And that's sometimes the harder part. I think. We can write all these awesome goals down, and then instead of going out there and talking to a person, you can turn the TV on and watch for 12 hours. And I think that's a huge thing too that we need to remember, is that we gotta do the work. We gotta do the work.
Yeah. To also realizing the enemy's going to try and stop you.
Oh,
the enemy is going to try to come against you. Then he's going to try to do things to cause you to either stumble, to get your focus, to get your mind off of um, the goals, right?
Hmm.
And teaching our kids now is like, hey, this is going to happen, right?
Yeah.
How are we gonna interact that? How are we gonna battle that right in the Word through
Yep.
prayer, right? Because the Bible says, He comes to steal, kill, and destroy. Steal
Ab-
dreams, kill dreams, destroy dreams,
Yep.
steal
Absolutely.
visions,
All
kill
right.
visions, right?
Yeah.
It says that's his job.
It is his job.
It's
Yeah.
homie's job to do that.
Yep.
But the cool thing is, we know that's his job, right?
Yeah.
We know. Oh, okay. I already know what you're going to do. Let's start praying up now. Let's start, you know, um, getting in the Word now, right? Here's the vision that God's put on your kid's heart, right? Whatever it is, right? You put this vision before God and and praying about it and protecting it. Um, so we know what's going to happen. Um, so why not prepare our kids for it, right? It's the whole armor of God thing, right?
Right. Yeah. I always know with that. Here's the thing: the adversary doesn't need to go after people that don't have ambitions of the kingdom of God. Like they don't have to. He doesn't have to worry about them. He focuses his time on people that are going after the kingdom of God. And so I know that when the adversary is really, really pushing me hard on things, I know that I'm going in the right direction. And once we recognize that, it's a lot easier to be able to go through those
Mm-hmm.
moments and those down times. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The devil
There
comes
you
to kill, steal, and destroy.
go.
Yep, but I come to give you life and life more abundantly. James 10:10.
Yeah,
Awesome.
buddy.
Thank you. That's good.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's you know. I always grew up too that if the devil's not messing with you, he ain't worried about you,
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
right? It's one of our pastors' wives gave the example of she was a Dr. Pepper fiend, just loved it, right?
Yeah.
And she always prayed, God, she didn't want to drink it no more because it was bad for you, all that kind of stuff. And she would pray about it and keep drinking it, pray about it, keep drinking it. And finally, she didn't hear anything. She's like, oh, wait a minute. God quit talking to me about it. I better stop doing it, right? So, because he wasn't be tender. So it's like, if he's not messing with you, he ain't afraid. He's like, oh, I got him, right?
Yep.
If your kids aren't having issues with their goals and there's no stumbling blocks, then we maybe got to check our kids. What's going on? How's things going? How's your prayer life going? It's like,
Yeah.
Kenny right now and I'm so excited for him in his walk because he's on fire right now. He's gonna do this Christian TikTok and he's got these people. He's got people he can talk to and so kind of see
cool.
this level he's at right now, right? That we can see when it starts to drop down a little bit. What's going on? Oh, okay.
Yep.
And keep encouraging that and let them know, hey, things are going to come. The devil
And that's
is
our
going
walk.
to do his job.
Yep, that's our walk. Like we know that, and I think knowing that, having that knowledge, and knowing that, it gives me comfort that when I have those moments of doubt and those moments of, just not knowing if, or I guess, for lack of a better word, fear or, any of those feelings, or that I'm not going to meet this goal. Anytime I know that's not my heart, that's not God's heart, and knowing that is a huge step in being able to work through those things and turn it over to God. Like God's got it. Don't put him in a box. He can get he got it. Just turn it to him. He'll take care of you. So
I love what Hebrews 10:35 and 36 says. So do not throw away your confidence. It will be richly rewarded. You need to preserve so that when you have done the will of God, you will receive what he has promised, right?
Yeah.
Throw your confidence in what you're doing, right? Throw your confidence in, because you get excited when, okay, this is my goal. Here's my vision board. Got it.
Yeah.
Right? Just like the word, day and night. We got to do it, right? Or we're going to lose that confidence. We're going to get, we're going to get punched. We're going to get slugged. We're going to get popped. Don't throw away your confidence. So we're richly be rewarded, right? Keep pushing towards that goal. Keep pushing towards the vision. Keep pushing towards that, whatever's on that board. You need to preserve it. So when you have done the will of God, you will receive what has been promised. When you've done, put in, a personal aspect, when you've done that goal, you will receive what you promised yourself. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My favorite Philippians 4:13 is I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Right.
All things. I got this vision. Maybe, it's big. It's a big one. To them, it's big, right? I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
It doesn't say some things. It says all things.
All things.
Absolutely. I love talking about this stuff, Ken. I love talking about it. But, well, anything else you want to add before I do our traditional wrap up? What?
I'm just, as always, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for commenting. David Novak has always been a support to us, and we support him and his gospel nuggets of truth he drops on us. And, anytime he comes in, it's a blessing. And go check him out, all about relationship on every podcast platform. And I don't know, maybe he'll get involved with the StreamYard here. He's been asking us about it. So maybe we'll see, see his face up on here one day doing a live on Facebook. And but go check him out, definitely. And we appreciate his support and prayers and feedback. We love and enjoy it. And all of you comment. Let's keep this thing going. Let's not stop at 120 views from last week. Let's keep it going. And like I said, Nick and I are serious about this. And we enjoy doing this, and give you a glimpse of what we do and behind glimpse of our lives and mistakes we make and what not to do.
Yeah, absolutely. So. I second everything Ken says. David, you're awesome.
Thank you, sir.
You're an awesome guy. Thank you. Yeah, I second everything Ken says, and I'm definitely appreciated. I know just being able to do this has helped me grow a lot as well. So we're gonna wrap up real quick, but before we do, let's make sure you go like us on Facebook. Like if you're on Facebook, you've already liked us, but make sure you go like us on the other channels, Instagram, Twitter, hashtags at our follows at the bottom here. Make sure you go subscribe to our podcast, our audio podcast. You can listen to this next week. It'll be out on all the podcast platforms. I think we're on 11 or 12 now. Please leave us a review and a rating. That helps us so much on pushing us up the top of that list, so we're easier to find. Make sure you go vote for us on iHeartRadio, however you do that, for the iHeartRadio Podcast Awards. I'll take it, man. I'll take it every single time. We're gonna plug it until we win. This is a goal. I'm gonna write this down.
Let's just get on the ballot. Let's get on the ballot.
Get this down. Yeah, just to get on the ballot, man. So
that's a goal. Get on the ballot.
Exactly. So.
Share the stuff too. Share our page, share our videos, share our social media posts. If somebody's like, hey, I think somebody can really, don't say you need this, even though we may think people do, but just, share with people that, you care about, that maybe going through some things. And it's all about sharing word of mouth, right? I know God's been stirring stuff in my heart, and talking to Nick about just some different things, and that will, Nick and I will hash out and reveal to you guys later. And, new logos and stuff. We still got to do that. And it's just, when Nick's, over here selling houses, like
my week went by I'm like, wait a minute, Saturday? Oh my gosh. I'm like, I had to fill up the car more times this week than I've ever had. But that's the thing. I'm okay with it because I know what's happening. I'm telling you, there's big things happening, and this podcast is coming along. This is what we're doing. It's awesome.
Yeah, we've got some exciting guests hopefully coming on soon. Talking about returning some guests, coming back on, and so thanks for being here. So share, like, subscribe. Like they said,
awesome.
Help us help you.
Yes, absolutely, guys. Well, Ken, it's been another great adventure in This Guy Gets That Guy podcast land, and I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And until next time, we're out.
Peace.